Hello everyone. We are Ratish and Chandrika from Bangalore, the IT capital of India. My qualification, I am an electronics engineer from IIT Delhi, and Chandrika has a degree in computer applications. I am glad that because of this business, I was able to offer her a choice, and she chose to take care of me, our two children, and our home, and not do a job. And also she is a 100% partner with me in running this business with me internationally together. It's a great feeling that I could give her that choice, because when I come back home in the evening from office tired, she is there to welcome me with a smile on her face, and at least one of us has energy, right? So it's a great feeling. Our goal today is to help you make a decision. All of us make decisions, some small ones, some big ones. Some of those decisions are conscious, where some of those are forced decisions, right? For example, some of you chose your professions. Is that right? You probably knew when you were growing up that you wanted to be an engineer, or probably a doctor, or probably a pilot, or probably an architect. I don't know. Or probably you didn't know what you wanted to be and somebody told you what you should be, and that's what you became. Forced decision, right? Similarly with marriage, those of you who are married, probably you saw DDLJ, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, and you got inspired to find your Raj or Simran. Or maybe this decision was influenced and family pressure forced you to get married to somebody else because Raj thought he was a Maharaj, or Sim ran with somebody else. Either we make decisions or we have decisions made for us, right? Sometimes while making decisions, we confront this fear. Am I making the right decision? That reminds me of a story of a very wise and successful person who was being interviewed once. So the interviewer asked him, "Sir, what would you attribute your number one reason of success to?" So this guy thought for a moment and said, "Probably it's my ability to make the right decisions." He said, "That's great, sir. And how did you develop that ability?" He says, "From my experience, I suppose." So this interviewer asked, "And how did you gather that experience?" He says, "I think it was by making some wrong decisions." Right? Right decisions, wrong decisions. What's common? Decisions. The fact that he made a decision, right? Whether those decisions become right or wrong later depends on what you do later to back those decisions up, right? So our goal today is to help you make a decision. The good news is, if you decide to join us and our team in this quest for financial freedom, there is a very accomplished set of people in this room and in this business who will help you make that decision right. So don't worry about making the right decision. Just make a decision and then make it right. I suppose you're listening to us because you have a dream, you have a goal, probably a wish that's very close to your heart, and something that will help you improve your lifestyle or your way of living in some manner. Probably you're looking for some extra money, to improve your lifestyle in some way. There was this guy who was doing a job and he went to his boss and he said, "Sir, I need a raise badly." He says, "Why do you need a raise?" "Oh, all these companies are after me." So his boss thought probably he's getting a lot of offers from some other company. So he's asked, which companies are after you?" He says, "Sir, the electricity, water and telephone companies." So probably you're trying to increase your income in some way, so you can probably afford a better lifestyle. Or probably you are already making a lot of money, but you are sick and tired of working for money and now you want money to work for you. And I call that money freedom. The freedom from working for money for the rest of your life. Or probably it's not money, probably it's time. Probably your spouse and your boss have come in the who's who list. You know how? You're spending more time with your boss than with your spouse, and now you're wondering who's who. Or probably your child is calling you uncle on the weekend when he sees you. Or probably you can't see yourself in one mirror any longer because you need to do something about your health and you don't have the time to do it. Or probably you've not pursued your hobbies for years and all those guitars and all the musical instruments and hobby things that you had are gathering dust, and you are wondering, when am I going to get the time to do all these things? And maybe deep down you have this feeling that unless you change your vehicle and unless you change something, you are never going to get out of this rat race. Maybe. Or maybe you're looking for security. Not the security guard outside, right? Financial security. Probably this recession which is going on has left you wondering, what if my number comes tomorrow? I don't have a backup. By the way, when everybody is losing their jobs, what's this called? Recession. When you lose yours, it's called depression, right? And you're thinking, maybe you will survive this recession, but what about the next one which is going to come in 2015? Maybe you're looking for better communication skills, better personality, more friends, probably recognition. I don't know what you're looking for. My belief is, whatever you are looking for, this business, which is the Amway business, with the help of the Brit Worldwide team, can help you get all of that. If you're willing to listen and learn, and you're willing to work hard for a couple of years under a mentorship program. Let me share with you where I come from and how association with this team has transformed me into a person of influence. I was born in Punjab, in a place called Ludhiana, right? And my father is a traditional businessman. My mother is a housewife, and I have a younger sister who is now married and settled very well in a place called Jalandhar in Punjab. Now you may ask which business my dad was doing. Well, he was doing a lot of businesses. He was doing sports goods, then he was doing leathers, he was doing handicrafts, he was doing the stock market. Now you may be thinking he's a business tycoon, but you know what? He never did these businesses together. He did them when one failed, he did the other. And the reason he never really succeeded in any one of them is very simple, that he is a very, very honest person. He cannot lie, cheat and steal and take advantage of other people. And that's why he could never settle in anything. And I hope you understand that traditional business is like catching the tail of a tiger. Now you've caught the tail, now you can't leave it. You can't go home. There's no freedom there, right? And that's the reason my mother made me aware of a very, very big secret that was running in our family. And I believe that only our family knew about it. She gave me that secret, but I'm going to share it with you today. You know what she told me? The secret? She said, study hard, get good grades, get a good job. You already know. Oh, the secret is already out, huh? You know what I did? I studied hard throughout my life, and I topped throughout my life, right? Because that was the only formula I knew. That was the only way a common middle class person has of making it big in life. That's the only hope. That's what I did. What happened was, when I was in class 9th, a neighbor of mine got very famous suddenly, overnight, right? And we didn't know what it was about. So my mother went around and found out what happened. And she found out that he had gotten through a certain college called IIM Ahmedabad. Now we had never heard of this college, staying in Ludhiana, right? But we came to know, she also came to know from reliable sources, that once you get through this college, your life is set. Have you heard that? Life getting set? I have not figured out till today what does this set mean. Because I believe we get set in life only once, at the end. Right? And before that, it's just moving from one milestone to another. You have to understand, guys, we're living in the information age. If we don't accept change as a way of life and we try to settle every time, life will definitely unsettle us. Okay? So I had found a dream, a goal, which was to get into IIM Ahmedabad. My mother also found out that that neighbor of mine had done B-commerce before he got into IIM. And that's all we knew. So my dream became to do what? B-commerce. So although I topped Punjab in class 10th, I took commerce in class 11th. And everybody was shocked. This is where God's plan comes in. A senior of mine by the name of Ashish, a very good friend of mine, 2 years senior to me, came to visit me in those holidays. And he was very happy, he was beaming. And I asked him, what happened? Why are you so happy? He said, I got through this college called IIT Delhi. Now I have never heard of IIT also, after class 10th also. So I asked him, that's great, but what is it? He said, it's the best college for engineering. I said, wow, you're going to be an engineer. And my imagination of an engineer was somebody who makes bridges and roads and everything else. Hard work. So I didn't want to do that. So I said, that's great, Ashish. Then he asked me, what are you going to do? I told him I'm going to go to IIM Ahmedabad. He said, wow, and how? I said, through BCom. He said, BCom? why don't you do IIT first and then go to IIM? I thought there was a shortcut there. So I asked him the reason. Then he explained me the funda. Next day, I went and changed my subjects from commerce to science. Look, overnight, you cannot change your destiny, but overnight, you can change your direction, right? So I disciplined myself for a couple of years under Ashish's guidance. He guided me. I told him, Ashish, look, nobody from my family ever became an engineer. I don't know where IIT is, so can you guide me? He said, absolutely, why not? And he guided me, and I did exactly what he told me to do. He told me, discipline yourself for 2 years, follow these professors, take tuitions, take Agarwal classes, do the YG file and things like that. And I did exactly that. I controlled my environment, right? My grandmother, who used to share the room with me, she was sent to my uncle's place for 2 years so I could study late in the nights, right? My attendance in the school was only 40% because I was concentrating on doing what Ashish had told me. During these 2 years, a lot of people gave me free advices, right? People have this habit of giving free advices, right? I used both the years. I listened from here and I let it out from here. Because very simply, they didn't have what Ashish had, the fruit on the tree. He had what I wanted, and he was willing to guide me in getting it. So why should I listen to anybody else? Right? 2 years, I disciplined myself, and I call this temporary postponement of gratifications. Because I stopped watching TV for 2 years, I stopped playing outside too much for 2 years, and I just maintained a routine. Was it worth it? Look at the results. Ashish graduated from IIT Delhi, electronics engineer, All India rank 243. I graduated from IIT Delhi, electronics engineering, All India rank 194. Do you think the results are worth it? Absolutely. Now understand one thing. My goal in life was to have a life of significance, right? To have all the good things in life. And IIT and IIM were only means to that end, not the end themselves, right? But for a lot of people, the means become the ends themselves. They get so lost in doing certain things, they forget why are they doing it in the first place, especially education. I find a lot of people running after degrees like anything. They forget what's the purpose of getting that degree, what's the final goal, what am I studying that for, right or wrong? Look, you got to understand, there may be an end to degrees, but there should not be an end to education for living a good life. Would you agree? That's what I found out after all this. And also it was God's plan to send me a mentor. I was very lucky, right? Because in real life, who gets a mentor? Have you heard this concept called mentorship for life? Well, I'll tell you what, the BRIT Worldwide team was formed exactly with that objective. The objective of BRIT Worldwide is to mentor and guide you to have a life of significance, a life of affluence, which the people who run BRIT Worldwide already have. That's the stated goal, right? So if you're already in this business, congratulations. I hope you have a mentor and you've identified him and you're building a relationship with him. If you have not joined us yet, make a decision to join us and get that mentorship because it's free. They don't charge you for it. That's a great thing. So I went to IIT, but remember why I went there? To go to IIM Ahmedabad. Now look at God's plan again. When I was completing my second year of college at IIT, my father suddenly lost everything overnight. All those years of hard work went in vain, and we were desperately looking for a source of income. We had no money. Everything got sold out. And I managed the last 2 years of my college by giving tuitions to people, right? And I got only one job as a placement, and that was in Bangalore, right? So one, I could not get into IIM at that point in time because financially we were not sound. And two, I was forced to make a decision to come to Bangalore because I had no choice. I remember very distinctly thinking at that time that I will not let this situation come onto my children. Because I believe more important than education and anything else that you give your children, it's the choice that you give them to do what they wish to do, right? And not make forced decisions, which I had to make. Anyways, I was the only earning member in the family at that point in time. I was supporting my sister for her education, supporting my parents financially, supporting myself. And I always used to have this fear, what if something happens to me? What if I lose my job? Right? Who's going to support my family? And you all know, what relatives do when hard times come, right? So I was desperately looking for another source of income. And that's the time I remember evaluating a lot of options. Starting a software company, starting consulting, starting a tuition school, starting a restaurant, doing a lot of things. But everything involved either a huge investment, which I didn't have, or I had to give up my job, which I was not willing to do and take a risk, or, just about something which was totally out of range. And I find a lot of people spend their entire life making dreams up for doing something like that, but they never get to doing something. Okay, that's the time when a classmate of mine from IIT, the topper from my batch, Ankur Gupta, a good friend of mine, he came. Absolutely. Ankur Gupta came and he showed me this business plan. Do you believe that God answers prayers? Yes. I believe that. But do you know how he answers it? He doesn't come himself, right? He doesn't send you a, cash or gold. He doesn't money transfer to your bank account, right? He doesn't send you an email. He doesn't do that. He either sends a messenger or he sends an opportunity for you to realize your dreams, right? So probably the person who has shown you this business is God's messenger, and probably this business is that opportunity that you've been waiting for. Who knows? Right? Today I believe with all my heart that he was sent by God. But at that point in time when he showed me the plan, I didn't know that. So you know what I told him? Ankur, I'm very busy. I've just changed my job. I need a month to decide. The fact was that I didn't understand anything in the plan. But my ego didn't allow me to say that to him. I told him, I had to give him a reason, I gave him. I said, I need time, give me a month. You know what the smart thing Ankur did? He said, don't worry, take your time. And he gave me some material, he gave me some cassettes to listen to, and he said, go through this information, and if you feel like sharing this business with any of your friends, give me a call. The best way would be for me to come and talk to them, because I can answer their questions and I can enlighten them about this business. Very, very sound piece of advice. But do you know what? Most of us don't listen to it. We have this nudging feeling to do what we know we should not do, right or wrong. Guess what I did? I went and talked to my friends, right? And guess what happened? My second ragging session happened that day. And the funny part was, the friends who got ragged with me in IIT when I joined IIT, they ragged me that day. Right? And they told me all sorts, and they made fun of me. They said, haha, you will sell soap after IIT, and this business won't work. And one of my friends' aunts, uncles, brother, sister, son had done it, and he had not succeeded, and I should not waste my life. I am from IIT, I should concentrate on my job and career. I should not try to put 2 foot in 2 different boats, and all kinds of sound pieces of advice. I listened to everything, and then I told them, absolutely okay, I will not do this business. But my goal hasn't changed. My dreams haven't changed. I still need that extra source of income. So do one thing, show me an alternative. Show me an alternative way that without disturbing my job, because I can't quit my job, without investing any great amount of money, I can, in my spare time, create a sound source of income. Let's say 50,000 a month in the next 2 years. This is what Ankur had told me that he would help me do. And I said, you help me do it in some other business or in some other way, and you mentor me. All of them became silent. Right? They didn't have an alternative. Right? So I thought to myself, if the worst case is acceptable and the best case is desirable, then why not? The worst case in this business is what? You can't lose anything. What's the best case? You can get everything. So why not? That's the day I made a decision. I called up Ankur the next day and I told him, I want to see the plan again. He said, sure. But this time he did another smart thing. He didn't come to talk to me again. He told me, there is this very accomplished set of people who are getting together for an open meeting. It's called an open meeting. Let's go there and get the information firsthand. I thought that was a very good advice. So I went with him and it worked. You know why it worked? Because I could relate to so many people in that crowd, and I could think to myself, if these guys can do it, so can I. Right? Look, a lot of people try to make the decision of doing this business by sitting in the comforts of their homes with zero research. Let me tell you this, guys. Internet and good friends are excellent sources of general knowledge. But for making a decision about doing this business, you need specific information about this business, right? For which your friends and internet, however specialized it may be, is not good enough. What I believe is that it's better to go see a few things like this business seminar that you have come to today, and or do the things suggested by the person who's shown you this business plan. That will give your mind data and information on which you can make an informed decision. Right? Does that make sense? Well, what happened was, next day Ankur bought a white kit and brought to my house. Right? I was very happy to see it. I thought there were books inside, probably some music CDs by Kishore Kumar. But when you opened it, you know what came out? Products. For the first time I realized, and now I've seen the plan twice, okay? But for the first time I realized there are products in this business. And I said, Ankur, what are we going to do with this? He said, we're going to use this. I picked up the product, I turned it around and said, use this? Ankur said, yes. Right? Look, I was scared initially. Because I connected, when I looked at those products, I connected with the thought of going door to door and saying, hello, toothpaste. But this business is not about that, if you really get it, right? But what is interesting is, it is the presence of products that makes this business legal. And it differentiates it from so many money circulation schemes and all those pyramid schemes that come by night and go by night, right? Taking a lot of money with them, your and my money. And they promise, all of them promise to do what? To help us make money faster and much more money in a shorter span of time by doing no work. Is that right? Look guys, I believe this, that there are definite steps on the ladder of success. And if we desire a life of significance, we should be willing to take each of those steps without trying to cut corners. And anybody offering us a better deal than that, which allows us to shortcut these definite steps, is just trying to take advantage of our tendency to not pay the full price, right? And you know what happens with that. So this Brit Worldwide team was formed exactly with that objective. Number one, to tell you how to make this business work and what it will take. And two, to provide you an encouraging environment to climb your steps on this ladder. We'll tell you exactly what needs to be done and how you need to pay the price. When you want to pay the price is your decision. You can pay now and play later, or you can play now and pay later, but pay you will have to. Because that's what the formula is, right? Now the good thing was, through Ankur and Taru, eventually, I got introduced to this very elite team, to their sponsors and uplines in this business. Their uplines are this couple called Deepak and Shalini Chaudhary from California. Deepak is from the Cornell University, and Shalini also did her master's in the US, and she was working in the White House when Ankur got into this business. And they are very accomplished people, founders, emeralds. They have two diamond legs, one in Raja Narain and one in Ankur and Taru. Amazing people. And all the way up to the mega EDCs, Manipal and Renuka Reddy. Right? And when I got to know about Manipal and Renuka's lifestyle, I was like, wow, this is what I was looking for, right? Because they were engineers, they had done their masters from the US, and they had given all that up to get a life of significance through this business. And they had retired in their 30s, and they were living in a $2 million house property, right? Their children don't need to do jobs, they drive BMWs and things like that. They come to India 4 times a year, they travel all the world free of cost. And they have changed so many lives, including ours. And they continue to do that. And that's what I was looking for. So I was excited to belong to this team of winners where everybody wanted everybody to succeed. Right? Would you be excited about joining a team like that? Yes. Absolutely. So Ankur gave me some tips. There were no CDs that time. He gave me some tips. And I listened to them. I loved them. He said, let's go to some meetings. I said, why not? Because I understood I'm going there to learn. So I started to go to those meetings. And Ankur started to show plans for me. He told me to make a list. I made a list. He started to show some plans for me. By the time he had shown a couple of plans, I figured out that he was not showing anything which was rocket science. He was just talking some commonsensical things that made sense to everybody. And I thought I could do that myself. So when we were entering a house for my 4th plan or so, I asked Ankur, Ankur, shall I show the plan today? And in his mind, Ankur must have thought, yes, why not? But you know what he said? Okay, you can show the plan, right? And I went to that house, into that house with a lot of fear, but I did a great job. I finished the plan in 15 minutes, and I don't remember whether that couple signed up or not, but I was fired up. You know why? Because this business was now mine, right? You own the business the day you can show your own plan. And that was the day I owned my own business. But after that, there was no looking back. I showed plans to left, right, center. I showed plan to every human being, living human being above the age of 18 years, right? And I started to get a lot of questions from people. Of course, I knew the questions that would come to me because I had read the Launching Your Future book, right? It has a list of all the questions that can be asked in this business. I had read that book. I knew the questions, and I was able to answer them. But you know what are the common questions I got and I still get? Some people tell me, I don't have time. I immediately ask them. I said, very well, sir, that's great. You don't have time, I agree. Let's take a situation. Let's say you went for a medical checkup to the hospital, and after all your tests were over, the doctor sat you down and he was talking to you and he said, my dear friend, I have some news for you. You only have 6 months left. Unless you start exercising daily for 2 hours. Do you think you will figure out the 2 hours, or you will tell the doctor, I don't have time? What will happen? So somebody who thinks he does not have time actually has not understood this business and can't place a priority on it, right? And I believe the reason he cannot do that is because he has not made a list of what he wants in life. He doesn't know his goals. Because if he really wrote down exactly what he wants in life, if you guys, you do that and you ask yourself, how am I going to get there? You will suddenly know you have a lot of time for doing the right thing. There's never a wrong time to do the right thing, right? And I believe you can figure that out, because you having no time is not a problem. Or is it a problem or is it an achievement? What do you consider it? If you consider it a problem, this business can help you find a solution. But if you consider it an achievement that you don't have time, even God can't give you a solution. Well, some people told me, we can't convince anybody. I said, that's great, join the club. Because we are not looking for great convincers. And in fact, you cannot build this business by convincing anybody to do something they don't want to do. A person convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. So this business is not about convincing other people to do things they don't want to do. It's about finding people who have the same goals as you and then building a relationship with them. More importantly, this business is about sharing the right information about this business with people in the right manner. So right information, right manner. Are you willing to learn these two? If you can succeed in this business. Understand that there is nothing called overnight success. There is a process to learn everything. This famous actor once said that it took him 16 years to become an overnight success. Because when his night came, he was ready. So are you willing to get onto a 1 to 2 year program of mentorship for becoming successful in this business? If yes, join this club. Then some people tell me the products are expensive. Well, I know how you feel, because I felt the same thing on day one. But you know what I found out? That to be able to appreciate products in this business, you got to be open to understanding two concepts. One is called concentration and the other is called value for money. Okay? What do I mean by that? We have 4 major ranges of products. 2 of them, the home care and the personal care, both come under the concentrated products section. It's like Coke and Rasna. If you buy Coke, you pay 10 rupees. If you buy Rasna, you pay 40. So it appears that Rasna is more expensive, right? But on a use basis, how does it turn out? That Coke is 10 rupees a glass and Rasna is 2 rupees a glass. Now which one is more expensive? So you got to be willing to open your mind to the fact that concentrated products are always better for the consumer in any market. But unfortunately, no other manufacturer is willing to offer you that opportunity. They all want to sell you water and ship 90% water in the product to you. The other thing you got to understand is value for money. We have two product ranges, one in health called Neutralite, world number 1, and the other in skin called Artistry, world number 4. Beautiful ranges of product, absolutely natural, no side effects, certified by WHO. What you got to open your mind to is the fact that probably nobody in your life till now has sat down with you and talked about having good health and good skin. And I'm sure you want to have those two, but probably you don't know how it's to be done. So value for money concept comes in there. So if you are open-minded, sit down with the person who has shown you this business or invited you here and get to know about that. What I basically understood was that I had an opportunity of understanding these two concepts, using these products and making them free over a period of time. It's like if I spend 5,000 rupees a month for using these products and I start making 5,000 rupees from this business, aren't my products free? Will you have that opportunity on the market products ever? Is any X brand company going to give you that offer that you can make those products free over a period of time? I don't think so, right? And I can use that, or I can make it an excuse for staying at the same financial level at which I am today. So I chose to make them free. How about you? So Ankur and Taru became the change agents for our life, and they changed our life totally by mentoring us and sponsoring us and guiding us in this business to where we are today, and we are going further. Now it was our turn to open the gates for somebody else. So I showed the plan and sponsored one of my good friends from school, who sponsored his colleague, her college mate from IIT Kanpur, Ashish. And Ashish and Richa Srivastav became our first Founder Platinum legs, and they are backed up by Founder Platinums, Mohit and Ekta Maheshwari, who are backed up by another Founder Platinums, Surya and Geeta, who are going Ruby this month, right? Then in one of my companies, the HR manager was this sharp guy from Coimbatore. One day I came to know that he has resigned. That evening, I invited myself to his house and showed the plan to him and his wife. He was not very sure, but his wife was absolutely excited and fired up, and they got started. They are rubies in this business, and they have a happening business, and they are starting the Emerald qualification this year. They are Inian and Una Malai. Amazing. As a bachelor, I had a roommate whom I showed this plan to, but he was not looking. So he referred a friend of his whose wife was looking for a job, and I had an open position in my company. So I helped his wife get a job in my company. After she got a job, I showed them the plan. Obviously, they had no choice but to sign up, right? No, it's not like that. She was excited, and they signed up, and they became our third legs, Sangram and Vishali Karkhanes from Bombay. We also have our 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th legs identified, and we are working in them rigorously, and you will see us as brand new diamonds in FED 2011. Okay? So I kept duplicating Ankur, and I did exactly what he was doing. So 1 year he got married, and I attended his marriage. And I remember throughout his marriage, I was thinking, Ankur has doubled. How should I do it? There was no other way but to get married myself. So I started looking. Now the interesting thing is, I had sponsored one person in Delhi while on a train from Ludhiana to Delhi, and they had somebody in their mind. So when I told them that I was looking for a match, they approached me and they introduced me to their niece. I met Chandrika, and the rest is history. So I found Chandrika through this business, right? Now, one last line. Before marriage, some people are like Romeo and Juliet, right? After marriage, they become like Tom and Jerry. But thanks to Chandrika, we are still Romeo and Juliet. She is my Juliet, I'm a Romeo. Help me welcome Chandrika.
Thank you. Wow. Hi, everyone. All right. So my name is Chandrika, and I have a degree in computer applications. When both of us got married, I was doing my master's. And, my father is a retired army officer, and he's from the NDA and the IMA. My mother used to work as a teacher, and I have one brother, and he works for a group of hotels as a director there for sales and marketing overseas. And, we had a good life while growing up, a life full of fun, a lot of values, and some luxuries too. And, I was an all-rounder, while growing up. I was very good at studies, very good at debates, extracurricular activities, sports, and everything. And as children, we used to get to listen to a lot of bedtime stories from my father. But they were stories, from the war. Because my father was in the infantry regiment, and he had also participated in the 71 battle against Pakistan. So, our stories would usually be from, the war front. And there were stories of extreme bravery, that would really astound me. And there were these stories of, rigorous trainings at the National Defense Academy and the IMA. And, how it really used to make a man out of anyone who used to pass out of those institutions. So, it was like this, that when we were growing up, our house was also like a mini reflection of the NDA. Strict discipline was very much a part of our childhood. And punishments were, very severe. And I wasn't spared the rod ever, despite being a girl. And, everything was very highly standardized. And each nail on the wall perhaps knew what would get hung over it. It was so highly organized. And, I can tell you one thing, but we were particular about everything, about time, about, doing things in a pattern. And, that highly organized lifestyle was something that, looking back, I really feel that I really used to love that thing, because I understood one thing with experience, that if all of us can organize ourselves well, we can achieve a lot more in the same given time. And organizing ourselves is something that is, a key to doing so many things in life. Okay, and my father was definitely my role model while growing up. If hard work and having varied experience in life have to be personified, I really put him up on the highest pedestal. And because he passed out from the NDA, I always used to be in awe of him, for having very exclusive experiences in life. For example, fighting a battle, or, being good with theater, with, fine arts. He had an excellent command over, a second language. And he was very good with English literature and sports. He's a national level boxer. He is amazing at horse riding, show jumping, parasailing. Basically it was like, I used to think that he knows everything about everything. And I really used to, I really cherished my childhood for those days. Okay, and, listening to all those stories from him and, knowing so many things about him, that's exactly how I wanted to grow up to be. I wanted to be this person who had, my own accomplishments that were very unique and awe-inspiring. And there were so many moments in my life, where I used to stop by and think that I am going to do things very differently in my life. I'm going to have a life that's going to be above average, different from the usual rut that everybody follows. Okay? And that is something that I really learned from him. Okay? But anyways, coming back to our normal life, I'll tell you how it was. We could see our parents make a lot of compromises for us, a lot of sacrifices as well. And we also made a few compromises, like I'll tell you small little things like, going for vacations. We never went for vacations, to, different places. We used to almost end up going to a relative's house, every time. And the reason why? I know most of you would know that, because boarding and lodging used to be free there. Okay, we didn't have to pay for the hotel accommodation and all. And, we went to good restaurants sometimes, but my dream was always to, get into a 5-star hotel and eat there. I would not really like, eating in a lesser place. But, that was only on my dream list for a long, long time till, till I really grew up. And I used to get very excited about good clothes. And I used to watch a lot of English movies when I was growing up, and those long gowns and stilettos and everything, that was like dream wear for me. And I always used to be after my father, to get me one of those. But the first time I got that was when I was about 16 years old. And that too thanks to a Christian friend of mine, where there was a Christmas ball that I was attending, and finally my parents agreed to buy me one, for that. And till before that time, all these things used to be considered as unwanted, unnecessary expenditure. Okay? And, and I know, the reason I'm telling you these things is, maybe not the same, but we all have these different small little sacrifices that we do, to just save up a little bit of money. Don't we do that? Yeah? And I had this very, very strange fetish for shoes, I remember. And it was so strange that every time I used to see a lady pass by me, I could make out in a flick of a second all the details of her footwear. And if it was good, I really wanted to have it. Okay, I would throw a fit of, a tantrum, and I would say, Dad, get me a good pair of shoes right now. And my dad used to he could never understand this. I know, like a lot of men say we cannot understand ladies. My dad could never understand how could I pick up those details so quickly. But then, he was a very smart dad. So what he used to do was, whenever he used to take us out for shopping and he could see us approach a shoe shop, he used to immediately change sides. And I used to say, why did we change sides? And then he said, that I think these shops on the other sides are very good. And I used to wonder for a long, long time, what is suddenly so good about these shops? And, later only, when I grew up, I came to know that what was he, really saving himself from. And, they used to joke about, ensuring a happy married life for me by marrying me off to a shoe shop owner. Okay. Okay, so now guys, I just hope you're not getting me wrong. We were very, very well provided for. But, all I'm saying is that there were definitely, certain financial limitations that we were made to understand, to abide by. Okay, and, necessity, requirement was the key thing. Everything else was unnecessary expenditure or splurging. Okay, and see, we had these two incomes at home because, like I said, my mom used to work as well. But it was like this. After taking care of the main requirements, everything else used to go into the bank account, the savings bank account. For what? For saving up for our marriage, for our education, for getting, a good house. My dad's dream was to really construct a very, very big bungalow, and he did that later in his life. But then, at that time when we were growing up, everything used to, go into the savings for doing all that later on in life. Because one thing my parents understood from the very beginning, that they did not want to live their life on loans. Okay, so that's where everything used to go. And in fact, there were not two, but there were three incomes at home. Because after school, my mom used to take tuitions as well. And she was very, very famous, for being a good teacher. Every time my dad used to get a posting and we would, get transferred to a new city, my mother used to get letters from, her previous students and their parents, thanking her. And so she was so famous. And so when she used to run tuitions, they used to run batch full. But you know what? That part of my life is something that I used to hate. Because after my mother was, back home from school, I wanted her to give undivided attention to me. And when those kids used to come, I just used to feel like killing them literally. Because they used to be there even before we could finish, even before we could finish having our lunch. And I used to be so upset with them that every time they would sit inside to take tuitions, I would quietly go outside with, some safety pin kind of a thing, and I would really, take out all the air out of their cycle tires. And I used to do that so often that I'm sure they knew. But, those people, they never left coming even after that. Okay? So, there were so many occasions again in my life where I used to assure myself of certain things that I would never compromise on when I had, my own kids, okay? And by the way, we have two children. We have a daughter, Tanisha, and a son, Tanveer. They are both 3 years old. They're twins. And it's like this, when my children come back from school, I want to be there completely for them. I want to cook them whatever their favorite meal is, and I want to have a family meal together with them. And I have this dream of setting up my dining area, our dining area in our kitchen garden. And I want all of us to enjoy a family meal there. And all of us does not mean only me and the kids. It means Ratish as well. Okay? And that is something, that is one thing that's very close to my heart. Because when we are enjoying, I don't want Ratish to be sitting in his office cubicle and, gulping down cold lunch from the tiffin box. So, there were other things too I used to like to do. I love to travel. And, I've always wanted to travel first class only. I've wanted to live only in the best hotels, eat in the finest restaurants. And when we travel with our family, I want to explore that place till the time we get bored of it, and we say, let's just move from here. We had enough of this place, okay? And I definitely don't want to, book one of those 3 nights, 4 days, or that 4-night, 5-day tours and travel thing package. You've heard of that? Yes? And why do people do that? I don't know why they do that, but I know one thing. It is really, really a very short trip, and it is only sweet to the pocket, okay? And, I want to be able to do something very good for the family. for my brother, for Ratish's parents, for my parents, and they have enough, but this is just to let them know that we love them, and talk about gifting, see, whenever we gift, I want that I should gift only quality stuff to our relatives and friends. Because I know how so many of us gift sometimes. Only the cheapest possible in the market. If that gift comes back to us in our house, we would never end up using it. Okay? And, so whenever we do something for others, it should be quality stuff, guys, so that people remember us for it, for the good part of it, not for the bad part of it. Okay? And I want to be able to donate generously as well. And this is so important to me. But I want to do it for people, who really need it. I don't want to only go to an organization where they give us a tax benefit slip. Because that's exactly how a lot of us donate today, for that tax benefit slip that we get. Okay, and see, above all, it's just like this, that I always wanted to provide a life of excellence and opportunity to my kids. And I want them to experience everything world class. That's what I want for them. And you know what, but these small, simple wishes in life are so different from what we usually practice in our daily life as a routine. Right? And it's always the small, small little things that really matter, that make us different from the crowd. And so anyways, but, coming back to, my life, after when I was around 13 or 14 years old, my dad sought premature retirement from the army, and he sought an assignment overseas in Nairobi. And my mother and I, we moved there with him. And it was like this, that over there, there was a big difference in our lifestyle that I experienced. They were very, very good quality, a huge house that we were living in, full-time maid servants. I had this car and, a driver that was completely detailed for my personal use. I could take him around anywhere, 24/7. He used to be there for me. And we had some relatives and friends of ours. And they were people who were, major industrialists in that area. And so, they used to have everything that money could buy, perhaps. They would go around only in things like Mercedes and BMWs. They would have huge and beautiful houses, and I really mean they were very exclusive houses. So, that place really built my dream up. Every weekend we used to go on an African safari. And that is a place where I started to experience the good things in life, And I thought that if somebody else can, really enjoy these things, I'm sure it's worth it to try to strive for them. Because God never said that, we live our entire life trying to pay off a personal loan or a house loan or a car loan. God never said that. Okay, and Ratish and I really figured out one thing quite early in life, that unless and until we have an abundance of 3 things in life, which is 1, an abundance of money, 2, an abundance of a secured income that would come with or without our presence. And 3, if we have an abundance of time to enjoy all these things, unless and until we have all these, we will always be running behind at least one of them for the rest of our lives. Okay? And friends, there's so many reasons why you could be building this business. Ratish shared a few reasons with you, and I'll share a few of mine. Maybe you want your child to go to the best of the schools, and that's not happening because of that little bit of money. Okay? And maybe you have your wife working so that she can create a second source of income in the house. Maybe you want her to be back home with your kids. Or, you might want to travel the world with your family. Or perhaps you want to do something for your parents. How about that? How about gifting them a classy holiday? Or paying for all their medical bills without burning a hole in your pocket? And, so there could be so many things that you would want to do. And, I want to, for all those of you who really, really want to build this business, the potential of this business, but there's only one thing that's stopping you, which is status. I want to ask you guys one thing. What will you do with all that status if your wife and your children are always yearning to have your time and they can never get enough of it? What will you do with all of that? And when did that become more important to you than your family? Guys, I really know of one thing. What is status in my, in my dictionary, what it means? That, status is something, it's about buying things that you don't really need, okay, from money that you really don't have, and mostly to impress people who really don't matter in life. That is exactly what status is, And how most people do it? Some people, most people, they flash big houses or big cars and try to show off their status. How they do it is mostly on a 20-year-old loan. Seriously, I'm telling you, most of them really don't even have the cash to pay for it. Okay? And, the next day they go to office, what they're doing? Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. That's all that they can do because they cannot afford to lose their job. Who will pay for the EMI otherwise? Right? Okay, so, it's sad that the entire life just goes by, doing all that. Okay, and let me tell you this. If you're a bachelor, looking at this business or already building this business, then congratulations to you. Thank God for giving you this opportunity so early in life. Because, I think of, this, when we got married, Ratish had already, built this business to a certain level. He was already a gold. We went gold, in fact, the month we got married. And, he gave me this option. He said, if you want to work, go ahead, but you are not required to work, You don't have to work to support ourselves. You can choose to be at home if you want to. And that was such a good feeling. Because you know what, in this country today, there are so many men, when they go to look out for a wife for themselves, when they go out to choose a girl for themselves, the first thing in their mind is not the qualities that they're looking for. The first thing in their mind, is whether she can really be a second, can be a helping hand as a second income at home. And that is so sad, guys, I really hope that you don't want that scene in your house. Okay, and so I must share this incident with you that despite the choice I had, I really wanted to know what it is to do a job. And I would nudge Ratish so many times, that I want to get a job, and he would try to resist the idea, but anyways, one day I think I really got onto his case, and then in 2 minutes, he called up some people, and, he fixed me this interview. And I had not even told him, what I would like to do exactly, but anyways, since, the interview was fixed, I went ahead and, got myself this job with a software multinational. And do you guys really want to know for how many, days, months, a year did I do that job? Don't even try to guess, because I did it for exactly 26 days. Because those 26 days in my life really taught me so much. And it really made me appreciate this business so much in life. It's like this, I had this boss who was very uncooperative and negative in life. And really, I really thank God, for him being like that. Because that really taught me so much. And most importantly, I really thank Ratish. I thank Ratish for building this business so passionately. Because of that, at that time, we were already making a great 5-figure income. So when I had to leave that job, I did not have to think twice, guys. I really did not have to think, of getting my salary slip. I did not have to think of showing my leaving certificate in another company. I just left, okay? And, okay, because understand this, that feelings and values money cannot buy, but everything else it can, okay? And, Ratish was so passionate about building this business that he told me of his involvement with it, before marriage itself. Because I'd come to meet him once, before marriage, along with my mother. And, what do people who are usually going around do? They go for, to a park, they go for a movie, they look at each other, gaze at each other. But what we used to do every evening? He used to take me out to show the business plan to somebody. I was there just for a week's time, and every evening we used to do that. But you know what? That really told me as to, how serious he is in this business. That really told me that, he's really taken it up very seriously. He's not treating it like a sidey thing, and he ensured that I also realized that, okay? And you know what? It actually made me feel very good from inside. It was a reassurance to me that the person I have chosen to spend my entire life with is someone who's willing to hold the reins of giving a positive direction to his life. He's not someone who will just flow in the direction of the wind. That he's somebody who knows that it's our responsibility to shape up our life. Okay? And in fact, I know of a lot of people who say that, we don't like to plan things in life. We just try to go in the direction of the wind, But you know what? When life really throws a challenge up on their face, these people don't really know how to stand then. They usually get blown off with that wind, okay, because they've never really prepared themselves for that change, okay? And I'll tell you this, this business can give you everything in life, and I'll tell you the rewards for us, okay? There have been a lot of rewards. There have been things that money can buy, like we travel to international destinations every year. We have a good lifestyle. We stay in a good house. Things that money can buy. We have all of that. And secondly, more importantly, we have a secured income to back us up. Something that will come to us whether we do anything in this business or not. Thirdly, I have a great balance in life. It's not like a 9 to 7 job where I can only do one thing. It is something where I help my husband, build something for ourselves, for our family. But at the same time, I can spend enough time with my family and with my kids. Okay? And lastly, what's the most rewarding thing is a hope. It's a hope for reaching that point of abundance that I was talking about. Because every year after year in this business, we have seen ourselves graduate up the ladder in all the areas of money, security, and time. And that's the best thing that could happen to us, guys. Okay? And lastly, for those of you who really want to experience life beyond what just money can do and buy, then welcome to our family of Brit Worldwide, guys. Okay, a big hand to this system, See, the best thing that this Brit system gives you is a team spirit. It's a sense of camaraderie, a sense of belongingness. Okay, it's an education system that teaches you wonderful attributes to build up your character and your personality. For a lot of you, it will help you really come out of your shell of shyness and know that you are really the best. You're really the best and best above above all others. And it has personally made me look beyond the outer appearances of people and really acknowledge the person within. And it really makes you understand that, we're just so far better than so many else out there. Okay? And I have seen hundreds of couples learning to live and work together happily in this business. And we truly believe that it is a blessing of God to us. Okay? And I just hope today that you welcome this blessing into your lives as well, guys. That's exactly how we feel about this business. And with that, I'm done, and back to Ratish.
Awesome. A few last thoughts. Do you know what's the worst thing that can happen in life? The worst thing that can happen in your life. I believe the worst thing that can happen in your life is that when you leave this world, you feel that you did not live it to the fullest potential. That your potential was somewhere here and you lived your life here. That's the first feeling that you can have. You know what? All of us have seeds of greatness within us. Because the same God created us. We were created by the same Almighty. And He gave us the same abilities, the same skills, the same thought process. Everything is the same. But you know what has happened? Probably some of us have lost touch with it. You know that Hanuman had a curse? He had a curse that he had great powers, but he would forget that he has great powers. And the only time he would remember it is when somebody else would tell him of his powers. So we are all sleeping giants, just waiting for somebody to tell us that we have it within us. Right? And I want to conclude by saying this. It's worth committing to this business. It's worth getting into a mentorship program by the wise people who run Brit Worldwide. And it's worth disciplining yourself for a couple of years to build something of substantial value. Look, if you don't discipline yourself for a couple of years, somebody else will discipline you for the rest of your life. So it was great talking to you and sharing our hearts with you. May God bless you to make a decision. Come join us.
While the techniques and approaches suggested may have worked for others, no one can guarantee that they will work for you. We hope, however, that the ideas presented here will assist you in developing a strong and profitable business. This product has been produced independently of Amway Corporation. Purchase of this product is optional and subject to the refund policy described in your purchase agreement for business support materials. Purchase of future business tools can be discontinued at any time.